Hey, welcome to the Empowered and Free podcast. My name is Erin Kimbrell, and I'm a counselor, certified life coach, breathwork coach, and small town mom of two. I know firsthand what it feels like to live with high functioning anxiety. For most of my life, I had so much mental mess, anxiety, people pleasing, perfectionism, overthinking, constant worrying, and never feeling good enough. On my decade-long journey to feeling better, I've learned how to take back my life from high-functioning anxiety and helped others to do the same through my coaching and breathwork programs. Now I want to share everything I know with you. This podcast will help you feel empowered over your high-functioning anxiety and free to finally live the life of your dreams. Now, grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and dive into the episode. I'm Erin Kimbrell, and this is the Empowered and Free podcast. Hey, friend. Today we are talking about 2 steps you need to take to finally stop feeling anxious. And at the end of the episode, I have a huge announcement for you guys today. So stay tuned for that. If you listen to episode 1 of my podcast, you know that I felt anxious every single day of my life up until the past few years. And I finally realized what that was actually high functioning anxiety. You also heard that I had tried everything to help calm my anxiety. I'd tried medication, meditation, therapy, CBD, journaling, yoga, time in nature, essential oils, chiropractic care, self-help books, and I even got my master's degree in counseling before I finally got to the root of what was going on, which was my high functioning anxiety. And you know, in my story, if you listen to episode 1, that none of those things helped me enough. I still was living with anxiety every single day. Here is what I've learned on this journey. Friend, there is no quick fix. There is no magic pill or magic tool or tip that will just fix your brain and make all the anxiety just disappear, right? It's not that simple. I really want to teach you here on this podcast and through my work, the step-by-step process to help you take back your life from anxiety. So let's just get into it, guys. I have learned that there are really 2 steps that you need to take in order to really heal your anxiety. All right. The first step, if you're taking notes, is to use the right tools for anxiety in the present moment. When you feel that anxiety, what do? Right? Well, first you have to know what anxiety feels like for you, understanding that. How does it show up in your mind? How do you feel it in your body? How do you notice it in your behaviors? You know your anxiety triggers. What are they? When do they happen? How can you pay more attention to those? You learn how your brain actually works and why your anxiety is on overdrive in the first place. And then you start practicing those right tools for anxiety right now. And the ones that you like, the ones that work for you, you keep those in your tool belt. So what am I talking about as far as tools for anxiety? You guys know my favorite tool is breath work, which I talk about in episode 4. And I have free breathwork sessions for you in episodes 5 and 7. So check them out if you have not already. Breathwork is something that gets rid of my anxiety in 3 minutes or less. That's why I love it. That's why I'm hooked. Other tools can be somatic exercises. What that really means are just body-based tools, tools that help you get out of your mind and into your body. Okay, friends, we know anxiety, a lot of it lives in the mind. So how do we get into the body? How do we calm the body? That's somatic work. And then mindset tools are also super helpful. Like I said, anxiety lives in the mind. If we can notice our thoughts, if we can change our thoughts and support ourselves with more positive or even neutral thoughts, we can truly change the game. So that's step number 1, using the right tools for your anxiety in the present moment. Okay. Now, step number 2, we're going to take it back to the past, my friends. We are going to get to the root of your anxiety with some deep inner work. Maybe that sounds scary. Maybe that sounds overwhelming, or maybe you're just confused. It's okay. Because if somebody would have told me to do deep inner work a few years ago, I would have probably just stared at them like, what are you even talking about? Please give me some understanding. So I'm going to try to sum this up for you in a nutshell. What we have to do is go back and heal those experiences in your life, any of the trauma that you went through, any emotional pain that caused that anxiety in the first place. So for me, what this looked like was me diving deeper into my past, noticing what was at the root of my anxious thoughts and feelings, right? Noticing why I was triggered in the past, realizing that my anxiety was really just trying to protect me from feeling that hurt and that pain again. So peeling back the layers one by one, figuring out why I was always on edge. Why was I always nervous? What was I worried about, right? Where was that part of myself coming from? And how do I calm that part of myself down? How do I help myself feel safe and heard and understood? And when I was able to do that, that anxiety truly lifted from my body. I learned how to deeply relax. So good. Okay. Also, in this whole process of doing the deep inner work to heal the past, I worked a lot on my mindset. My beliefs were created in my past. All my beliefs I had about myself, all my beliefs I had about the world around me, those beliefs were stories that my mind had made up. Maybe I created them. Maybe I'd picked them up from other people. It could have been something as simple as I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough, right? Just believing I wasn't good enough, worthy enough. And so when that negative thought pops up, when that story is running through my head again, I know how to take that story, how to flip it around, how to give myself a more positive, more neutral thought and kick the old story and belief to the curb, right? It wasn't serving me. It wasn't doing me any good at all. Another thing I did in mindset work is learn to ditch that inner critic, that nagging, critical voice inside of my head that was honestly like my worst enemy. I was my own worst critic. Now I speak to myself like my best friend. And that's all thanks really to this work and even noticing what those critical thoughts were in the first place. Also, man, did I used to doubt myself. I could not make a decision to save my life because I didn't trust myself. I didn't think that what I wanted to do was the right thing for my life. I thought I had to ask everyone else. So, what I've done through this work is built up that self trust in me, in my intuition, in my gut feeling, and what is right for me. I've found confidence within myself. No longer am I on shaky ground all the time, wondering what people are going to think of me and what they're going to say about me and how they're going to judge me. I have that self-confidence from within. And I know that truly is what matters. I also used to be terrified to fail, to make a mistake. I thought I always had to keep busy, to be perfect, to do everything exactly as it should be. And now I've learned that shoulds are really just other people's expectations being thrown on us. With all of that being said, I know that's a lot, right? These things, these thoughts, beliefs, stories are what were created in our past. So we have to get to the past, getting to the root of that anxiety with that inner work and healing that part of ourselves so that that anxiety doesn't keep coming to the surface every single day. So let's recap. Okay. The 2 steps that I used to heal my anxiety were number 1, using the right tools for anxiety in the present, having that toolbox, knowing what those were, being really aware and using those when I needed them, when my body and my mind were telling me I needed them, using the right tools. Step number 2, getting to the root of my anxiety with deep inner work to heal the past. Okay. Sounds simple enough, right? 2 easy steps for $9.99, right? It's not an infomercial, friends. This is a decade-long journey. It was not a snap your fingers and it's done. Again, here's what I know about anxiety. There's no quick fix. If you're listening to this, okay, I know you're not here for a quick fix. Now, you might be looking for like that magic tool, that one tip that you hear and it just everything clicks and it's amazing. But again, friend, it's not quite that simple, right? Anxiety can actually be kind of complex. There's not just that one aha breakthrough moment that's going to cure your anxiety forever. All right. Don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just the truth. What you really need is somebody to help you give you that roadmap that leads you from how you feel right now, which is probably anxious, maybe overwhelmed and stressed out, to where you want to be. I'm going to guess you probably want to feel carefree. Maybe you want to feel lighter and happier. And I know that you're tired of so many things. You're tired of having your deepest fears, worries, and regrets keep you up all night. Like having all of that just running constantly through your brain. You're tired of that. You're tired of feeling constantly like you're a failure. You're exhausted from all these worst case scenario thoughts that always flood your brain at the worst moment possible, right? You're tired of beating yourself up every single time you make a mistake. You're tired of overthinking, of planning everything out perfectly and trying to control every last piece. I know that you're tired of feeling like you aren't good enough, and you're ready to stop believing all of those negative thoughts in your head. Okay. So, with all of that, I also know that you're ready for the flip side of that life. You're ready to feel less anxious. You're ready to live your life as that carefree version of yourself that you used to be. You're ready to release control and let go of that death grip that you've had on life. You're ready to let it go. You're ready to be present in life's little moments, those moments you can't get back, maybe with your kids, your family, your friends, your partner. You're ready to actually mentally be there in the moment. You're ready to have energy. You're ready to be joyful and feel excitement again in your life. You're ready to go for your dreams, those secret dreams, those goals that you've never told anyone, you've been too scared to share. You're ready to maybe take a step towards those. And you're ready to feel confident. You're ready to feel proud of yourself and know that you're good enough exactly as you are right now. How do I know that? Because I was there. And now I feel these things that I just shared. So I know that you can get there too. I want to really teach you this step-by-step process to help you take back your life from anxiety. And I've created exactly that. This is what I have been dying to share with you guys. I'm super excited. I have finally created everything that you've been wanting, needing, and asking for. And I've created this in the form of my Empowered and Free from Anxiety program. Oh, it feels so good to say that out loud and get that out into the world because I cannot wait to see how many of you guys have your lives changed by this program. Let me tell you a little bit about it. The Empowered and Free from Anxiety program is a group coaching program to help you learn how to finally feel free from your anxiety. Here's what I want for you. I want you to have a simple step-by-step process that lets you take action without feeling overwhelmed. We are not here for the overwhelm. I get so easily overwhelmed, you guys. So if I could possibly make this overwhelm proof, that's what I'm doing for you. I'm teaching you how to break it down into bite-sized pieces. I am taking you through my proven method that I've used with clients over and over and over that will help you learn how to kick that anxiety to the curb. Now, who is this program for? Let's talk about that. This program is for a successful woman, a professional. She is busy. She is short on time. Guys, I get it. That is me. I am short on time too. I have a full life just like you. And I know that we don't have time to spend years in therapy just trying to figure out why you're anxious in the first place. You need something that is to the point, that's concise, and that's effective. I know you don't have time to waste, friends. I'm not here to waste your time. I want you to see this difference in your life fast. I want you to notice how it feels to live with less anxiety. When that anxiety comes up, how do you move through that? What tools do you use? That is what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you, number one, how to use the right tools, how to move through my proven method to get help in the present moment when you're feeling anxious. Then I'm going to teach you step number two, how to get to the root of your anxiety to heal the past. Everything I shared with you in this episode at the beginning, walking through that step by step, that is what you will learn in the Empowered and Free program. Okay. These two steps are everything you need to finally feel free from your anxiety. Let's get into the nitty gritty really quickly. So the doors are opening to this program for 5 days only. 5 days only, March 13th through March 17th, 2023. Okay, mark your calendars right now. Get out your Google Calendar if you're anything like me and put that date in your calendar. Doors open March 13th. Doors close March 17th. No exceptions. Okay. The reason for that, we start our first session March 19th. 2 days later. I want us to all get in, get acclimated, get to know each other, and be ready to jump in. Again, we are not wasting time. We are here to do some work. Another piece that you need to know, there are only 20 spots. There are only 20 spots, friends. I cannot be everything to everyone. I have so much energy and time and support to give, and 20 spots is what I feel like I can fulfill. So that is my promise to you, 20 spots. Here's the really cool thing. You're listening to my podcast. I'm going to allow an early bird entry right here on the podcast for podcast listeners only on March 6th. Okay. That's a week sooner than everyone else can get in. Now you have to have the password. I'll be announcing that here on the podcast on March 6th. Okay. After that, later on, I will share with my other insiders, my email list, and my Facebook group. But my podcast listeners, my peeps, you guys know I love you. You get first dibs. Okay. If you're ready to follow a step-by-step proven process to help you feel less anxious, if you're ready to live life as that carefree version of yourself again, and you're ready to just enjoy your life more, then make sure you join us, friend. Do not miss this opportunity, because I truly am not sure when this is going to come around again. Honest. You could be feeling lighter, happier, and more free by the summertime. If you want one of the spots, okay, make sure you're tuning in here March 6th to the podcast where I share that secret password. If you are just dying to get some information, to get your hands on this before then, send me a message, find me on Instagram, Facebook, send me an email, and I will add you to my wait list. Okay. I will not forget about you. I'll make sure to send that information to you so you don't miss out. Okay. Do not worry. We don't have any FOMO going on around here. You will be included. All right, my friends, I hope this was helpful. I hope today you learned the 2 steps you need to finally stop feeling anxious. And I hope that you are super excited about my big announcement, just as excited as I am. This is going to be so helpful for you, and I cannot wait to see how it changes your life. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Remember, friend, I'm here for you all the way. I would love to see you living in that version of yourself that you want to be. All right, I'll chat with you soon. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You don't know how much it means to me. If you'd like more behind the scenes content, inspiration, and daily reminders that encourage and uplift you, follow me on Instagram at heyerinkimbrell and send me a DM to say hey. If any of the episodes have been super helpful for you, please consider leaving me a review on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you like to listen. It helps me so incredibly much, and it allows the podcast to be seen by other people who need it. If you want to learn more from me, head to heyerinkimbrell.com. That's where you'll find all my free resources, read the podcast show notes, and learn more information about my online coaching and breathwork programs that help you create the life you want. If you want to keep the conversation going from today's episode, join us in our exclusive podcast Facebook community, Empowered and Free Help for High Functioning Anxiety. I'm here for you, and I'm always cheering you on. I'll see you next time. I'm Erin Kimbrell, and this is the Empowered and Free podcast.